In the last video, I built myself a brand new PC, but is it any good? Well, you better bet your sweet tittles that it's good, because we're rocking a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D with an Nvida RTX 5070. First things first, I had to completely nuke Microsoft Copilot, as I don't want any AI on my system, and I also decided to completely eviscerate any bloatware. Now you're probably wondering how I did all this. Well, there's two GitHub scripts that you can use. One is remove Windows AI, very good script, gets rid of all the Copilot BS you just don't want on your system. And there's also the Chris Titus script, which is also another GitHub script, which will get rid of all the bloatware in Windows 11. But it does look like Microsoft's starting to go back on all the AI stuff, so that's also good. Now I want to benchmark this PC as much as I can, but what's the best way of benchmarking a PC, you might be wondering? Well, it's as easy as just playing the games that you have on your Steam account, or if you use Game Pass, I feel bad for you. Now my last PC was rocking a Ryzen 7 3700X with a Nvidia 2070 Super. Now with this video, we're just going to be looking at how well does it actually play. Now starting out with Counter-Strike 2, a game I'm very familiar with. What is this man yapping about?
You know.
Oh, let me F10.
Two outside.
There we go. I heard the drill.
One vending. Bomb down.
Bad. Now let's talk about how CS2 felt. It felt very smooth and very responsive, just like your Now the last PC had some stuttering issues here and there, nothing crazy, but it does feel like a whole different world going from what we had last to what we have now. Now you're probably wondering, what was the average FPS for a game like Counter-Strike 2 on this system? Very great questions. Now we were playing in 1440p and had the settings cranked up to max basically, and we were still getting about 270 FPS, sometimes up to 300 FPS average, but this all really depended on what map you were playing. And with that, we're gonna move over to the next game, which is Marathon.
Compromised.
What the fuck was that?
A claymore.
Now Marathon's a game I never played before, but my friend was very adamant on the fact of me trying it out. Honestly, not that bad of a game, but there's like 20 extraction shooters at this point, isn't there? Like, am I going crazy? Now gameplay wise, I had really no issues with stuttering or anything else. The frames per second were a little bit low for Marathon, but it might just be because it's a new game. We were getting around 120 FPS average. Honestly, not too bad for 1440p and ultra high settings, so we'll take it for Marathon, which is why we're going to move on to our next game, BouldersGate 3.
A hand? Anyone?
You already know what option I'm going with this one.
Mistress Eyelids, stop! Cease, you loon!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
Now, BouldersGate 3 is a game I've been a little bit addicted to recently. I'm not even going to lie to you. And how does it play, you might be wondering? Well, in BouldersGate 3, we were getting an average of about 170 FPS. Mind you, BouldersGate 3 is also a very intensive game. On my Steam Deck, I barely get 40 FPS while playing it, and it could have its issues. But on this new PC, I see no problems. It was very smooth, no stutters. It actually loaded really quick too compared to what I'm used to on the Steam Deck. For that, we give BouldersGate a thumbs up, which will also bring us into the next game I tried, Schedule 1. Oh shit, I'm arrested! Fuck! Now, Schedule 1 is a game that is in early access still, so the optimization might not be there yet. I'd be floating. Either way, it's a game that looks like it was made in the early 2000s, regardless of it being a newer game. And we were getting 120 to 130 FPS on average, which is kind of a surprise. I thought it would be a lot more, but I guess because of the early access and the optimization of the game, it's just not quite there yet. Which is why we're going to move over to our next game, Resident Evil Requiem, which I'm glad I did. Resident Evil is a very good franchise, and the game is actually very nice. So Resident Evil 3, I actually threw DLSS on just for the funny haha. And holy shit, this game looks like ass when it's upscaled by AI. Holy shit. I don't know if this is the future of gaming, boys, but okay. Now, after toning back the upscaling and making the game look reasonable again, we were getting actually above 300 FPS. I was also generating frames using DLSS 4. So, do with that information as you will. But the game looked great. The game actually was pretty fun to play. It scared the shit out of me a few times. Come on, bitch. But the computer handled it like a champion, which is why we're going to give it a thumbs up, but also a big stinking thumbs down for the AI generation. All right, now for the temperatures of the system, it seems to idle around 50 to 55 degrees, which is actually pretty high. And I don't know if I should be concerned or not. But I also tested it when the CPU is under load. It does go up to only like 80 degrees at the most. I haven't seen it touch 90 degrees yet, so I think that that's good. So with all that being said, it's probably an airflow issue. It's probably not the best in the case. And at the same time, as long as it's not touching 90 degrees, I'm happy. And for all that, I'm happy for anyone that watched this video. I do appreciate you. Times have been tough, but that should be no one's concern but my own. And I hope you all have a good one. Thank you for watching.